happenings and the performance of the budget that we approved, the National Assembly approved for them in the year 2023. And it's a yearly affairs. I think we were here exactly last 1 year ago, and we are once again here today. So it's a routine exercise that always take us to here just to see things for ourselves, because we wouldn't want a situation by which we will only be told of the happenings here without seeing to us by our eyes. So that is why we are here. And as usual, members, maybe we might not be aware of the existence of the West African Management Development Institute Network. They are part of the, so you can, I think we'll give you time, just some 2-3 minutes to introduce what they are here for, but they are part of the agency that we normally, oversight. Always when we come here, we don't usually allow them, sometimes we don't even ask them to come for budget defense because they have very minute, limited share of the appropriation. I think we don't even take care of your capital. What do we take care of? I think some overheads, no? Yes, very small overheads. So usually we don't even ask them to come for the oversight. That is a norms, and we saw it happening, and we just concur with what we see. So he's here too. After Madam has given her speech, we will also hear from him what he was able to do with the little we appropriate to him in the 2023 budget. So I think without wasting much of your time, I think we will hand over the microphone to the Director General of Administrative Staff College to hear from her. And you should be jotting if you have any question to ask from the proceedings presentation, maybe you can do so. So thank you very much. The DG, I now send the floor to you.
Thank you, sir. I think I would prefer the written report, and then we can point out some things in the 2023 budget for Honorable's consideration. The report on the 2023 budget performance has already been circulated. It was, pardon? Because we sent it to the clerk of the committee some days, and members of the House of, and honorable members of the House of Representatives Committee on Public Service Matters. On behalf of management and staff of the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, Ascon, I'm delighted to welcome you to the serene environment of the college. We thank God for journey messages granted to you, and wish you a fruitful exercise as you undertake your oversight functions in Ascon. Let's speak briefly to some of these things so that we don't take too much time. So it suffices to say that Ascon was established following a countrywide research commissioned by the then government to look at how best to develop the capacity of public servants after the withdrawal of the colonial public servants, senior public servants. So when we go to page 3, we see that after the research was conducted and recommendations made, the government accepted that an institution should be created. And so on page 3, the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria was established by the federal government through Decree number 39 of 1973. Now, Ascon Act Cap 6, Volume 1, Law of Federal Republic of Nigeria of 1990, as the principal organ for sustainable capital development, human capital development, in both the public and private sectors of the Nigerian economy, with the following specific objectives. The objectives are outlined there from A to G. I don't think I need to go into that. The statutory objectives, as I outlined before, puts Ascon as a training, research, and consultancy institute for the government. I go to page 5 On page 5, we have the mission, the vision, and the core values of the college. And the mission of the college is to consistently provide excellent management training, consultancy, research, and allied services for performance improvement in all sectors of the Nigerian economy. The vision is to be a world-class management development institute involved with cutting-edge performance and state-of-the-art technology. And our core values include integrity, professionalism, diligence, client orientation, transparency and accountability, and team spirit. And since inception, Ascon has undergone several changes. I've sort of highlighted that on page 6, and these changes have occurred because of changes in government policies, changes in the technological environment, changes in the economic environment, and so on, to name a few. On page 7, we have what we call the strengths, the weaknesses, threats, and opportunities of the college. And I want to talk to that really. One of the strengths of the college is highly committed professional staff. I tell people wherever I go that I'm very proud to present Ascon core staff anywhere on any platform, and they will perform creditably in the same line with any other world-class trainers, consultants, and so on. So we have that. And then we have relevant expertise capable of satisfying client needs. We have a client-focused culture directed towards making sure that our clients are satisfied with the services we offer them. And then we have relevant service offerings. We review and revise our training curriculum periodically to make sure that we are in tandem with what is happening in the Nigerian environment. And then of recent, we have the hospitality-friendly structures provided by the central bank. Now, what are some of the weaknesses? One of these is depletion of trained and experienced core personnel without replacement. Since 2015, we have not recruited staff in Ascon. And people are retiring. People are leaving service to join other services, and so on and so forth. And we know that those who are retiring are the ones that have been trained and retrained and equipped with the relevant skills to carry the mandate of Ascon forward. Now, if we are not replacing people, it means that we are getting leaner and leaner, and experience is not gained in one day. So that is a weakness that we have. And then we have poor internet connectivity, and which also resulted in the non-commencement on our online training, disruptions of power. Last night, I just got told that there was a problem, that some points, even in this structure, are not working. And because something happened somewhere, so it's this morning that it was sorted out. So these transformers have been here since 1970, whatever. And we know that the environment here is corrosive because of the salt content of the atmosphere. Our total level of indebtedness, which includes outsource, 35,287,145 naira 88 kobo, diesel 3,144 naira 730 kobo. Outstanding baggage allowances, that is the money that is supposed to be paid for people to repatriate themselves and their families when they are retired, 37,763,610 naira 41 kobo. Retainership for electrical equipment for water facilities, the swimming pool, sewage, solid waste disposal. All of that put together, we are owing 7,506,000. I'm sorry, 7,056,500 naira, a total of 83,251,986 naira 29 kobo. It looks a large sum, but it is a reduction from what we had before. Before now, we had a debt of about 148 million naira. But by the grace of God, with the little that we have made every effort we could to offset some of this, and that is what has led to this reduction so far. So, what actions do we propose? To continue to work with the Office of the Head of Service and the Oversight Committee of the National Assembly to improve overhead subvention, and to work closely with state governments where possible to source for patronage despite overwhelming complaints of financial constraints. Work with the Chief Executive of Federal Parastatals and agencies to boost nominations and participation of their staff in the college training programs. Resubmit a request for intervention through the service-wide vote to rehabilitate and renovate the college, and then provide appropriate motivation to retain existing clients. And the support we need from the Orange Book Committee members will include direct some of the zonal intervention programs to Ascon. We, like other organizations, we can help in implementing zonal intervention programs, help boost overhead subvention, influence the release of funds approved and uploaded to college platform but without payment to the college. I just need to explain that there have been, like last year, 2 of our projects were not funded. The funds were uploaded, the new Give Me program. If you open the portal, it shows that it's been uploaded, but no funds were released to actually carry out the functions. And last year it happened, last budget year it happened. This budget year again, it seems as if something similar is happening. So we have tried to find out why, but quite honestly, we have not been able to successfully get a logical explanation as to why that is happening. Honorable Chairman and members, ladies and gentlemen, I think this report has ended it, and I want to thank you very much for listening. The other part, that's the report that I sent to the committee. I just want to do the summaries, and then if there are details that people need to know, we can talk about that. This 2023, the personnel appropriation was 781,706 naira. Overhead appropriation for the first time in 6 years was 105,771,674 naira. Capital appropriation was 180,161,272 naira. A total of 1,90,714,653 naira 71 kobo. From January to date, the releases have been as follows. Personnel, 531,597,815 naira 76 kobo. Overhead from January to date has been 71,530 naira 84 kobo. Capital release has been 34,283,591 naira. And then internally generated revenue inflows from first to third quarter In the first quarter, consultancies, training and consultancy generated 242,524,356 naira 18 kobo. While use of college facilities generated 30,031,320 naira, making a total of 272,555,676 naira 81 kobo. In the second quarter, instead of reading the total for both training and consultancy and facility users came up to 202,871,051 naira 25 kobo. In the third quarter, the total generated was 260,032,555 naira 30 kobo. So internally, the college was able to generate 735,751,783 naira 36 kobo. Like I said, the college has been contributing its quota to the national treasury. And so, the first quarter, total spent on program execution. This because this consultancy and training programs, organizations pay because they want to get something. So that will include feeding the participants. Sometimes they pay their transport to the college, so you transport them to where they need to go, and all other things like that. So 89,663,309 naira was spent on program execution. The amount remitted to consolidated revenue fund was 52,859,042 naira 80 kobo. And then the balance used to augment overhead was 435,863 naira 55 kobo. In the second quarter, the amount used for program execution was 53,787 naira 53,787,922.28 naira 73 kobo. The amount remitted to consolidated revenue fund was 94,975,000 naira. And then the amount spent on the augmenting IGR was 53,526,549 naira 39 kobo. In the third quarter, the amount spent on programs, on executing the programs which were paid for, was 119,094,945 naira 34 kobo. The amount remitted to the consolidated revenue fund was 98,769,918 naira 52 kobo. The amount spent on augmenting the overhead was 54,905,126 naira 53 kobo. And so totals is 271,546,183 naira 7 kobo was spent in executing the programs for which the college was paid, while the sum of 246,592,961 naira 61 naira 32 kobo was remitted to the consolidated revenue fund. And then 280,867,539 naira 47 cover was spent to augment the overhead budget. The details are given in the following document if we want to see it. I just thought we can just do the summaries and then if anybody has questions on the details, we can give that. Honorable Chairman, sir, thank you very much, and thank you, honorable members, for your attention. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, the Director General, for your elaborate presentation. The presentation went to, explore most of the details of your happenings within the college.
What we do have that the ECOWAS is saying that we should allow them to continue with the road and what have you. But whichever one comes first, this road will seek the community's attention. Each and every year, this is the 6th year, 7 to 8 years, we have been coming here. And each time always tell them and tell the world that this is something we required while trying to reach for them. Not only that, there are some things that we see the developmental project in this basis that we try to make sure that we bring them to this institution because we have a key of this quality in our heart. Lastly, on the issue of recruitment, definitely if there is any consideration, there is any recruitment, be it for graduate, be it for diplomas, be it for secondary school, the host community must be they must be considered. Even last time in the morning, today in the morning when we are having the preliminary section DG, what we discussed was the issue of recruitment. And she's going to tell us that she has reached almost 90%. But for a simple reason of the IPPIS, the issue is torn down. But we will continue because this is a process, a continuous process. People are dying, people are aging, people are retiring, they are leaving the service. There is a need for replacement. And most of your resource people are going. So we have to do so that we will continue to have experienced people because it is something that you learn on the job. It's not something that you just go and hire PhD person and you start to behave the way you want to behave, to act the way you want to act. It will have to be on the job learning. So we will encourage her to see where we can help her. The community will definitely try in as much as we can how we can help her. Good. And we will tell her, we will advise her if we want to say this with the community, we have to give them consideration. And I'm sure that it has a mind of being with the community. So these two things that we have spoken about, I want to assure you that they are in our heart. This is a problem. And even the BSI saying public services that wants to swallow Ascon. It is Ascon that will swallow. This institution is created by an act. There, they are just floating. They do not even have legislation. They are not even backed by any legislation. So how do you expect that this is something that constitutionally is established? Like Ascon since 1972, and then you expect that the public services that was created just in the I think in the second term of last year, that was between 2003 to 2007. How do you expect that it will come to take over Ascon? It's not done. That will take, where will you take all these structures? Go to the PSI and see. They are not even up to one of this because you have two sides A and B. It's not up to one side of this B side. So I should not take it anywhere. You should know that Ascon has come to stay and we do whatever we do to make sure that Ascon will survive. I want to congratulate you because before we have been coming here, we have never seen you and remember this. But I'm happy this is the first time I saw somebody representing you in this conversation. It's even when I go back, maybe I post some pictures. just apply in general. Then somebody from the left will tell me that I'm from there. You are from there, but we need to see you here. We need to see you that you are false. We want the upliftment of the system. But from the day we went to present that bill or this or that bill, believe you me, I tried to support you because it was as if I was the person. So I'm sure if there is any other thing like what you said, we are going to sit down to see how we can bring out motion to some effect, and we will continue to pursue it. Not only bring in the motion, but we will continue to pursue it. I'm very confident of this effective.
The MDIs, Management Development Institutes in West Africa, and Ascon being the forefront of the MDIs in Africa and West Africa, has the opportunity of having the secretariat of the network situated in Ascon. And over the year, the federal government of Nigeria have been very supportive to the network, providing the subvention that we have been using to run the organization. Now, what are the principal things of this network? One is to assist in developing the capacity of the MDIs in West Africa. We discovered that most of the MDIs, why they are set up to train the manpower of their country, the public servants of private sectors of their respective countries. The question is, how are they developing their own capacity in their own countries? And that is one of the gaps that the network is set up to fill up. In addition to this, to also provide research that can also help in providing solutions to the gaps identified in the MDIs. For instance, currently, we carried out a research which we've not concluded, but I have a report here. We did one in 2019 and brought the DGs of the MDIs. 6 countries are members of this network. They were all brought together. Before COVID, they were exposed to the VUCA environment. And so when COVID came, it wasn't surprising to us because we are prepared then. We also carried out a research recently, and it also shows clearly, the House, please permit me to just read one thing out of the findings of the research. One of the questions put across to the MDIs is the level of their knowledge in the use of online applications. And we discovered also through the research that most of the MDIs in West Africa does not possess the requisite knowledge to go into the age that we find ourselves at. Why I'm saying this is these are part of what the network has been saddled to do, to serve as providing the capacity, building up the capacity of the MDIs so that they can also be able to perform in the way they are expected to do. Now, apart from research, we are also into training, as I've said. This year, we have been able to carry out the field training programs, and I have it at the backyard. By March, we did a program, new business model for MDIs, all the faculty staff and all officers involved in training in the MDIs. In April, we did curriculum development in learning and development. In April again, we did repositioning the business of MDIs in the contemporary environment for chief executives. We brought the chief executives together also, and about 9 of them attended this program. We also did in June 2 weeks, reimagining training for trainers in the new business model, and part of it is to expose them to the contemporary issues in training and development and prepare them to be able to cope with the digital age that we find ourselves. we're also carrying out a training. In fact, tomorrow by grace, by 10 o'clock, we have a training program for all the mentors and mentees. We call the program Mentor-Mentee Program across the MDIs in West Africa. What led us to this? We also discovered that there is this succession gap that we also discover in all our MDIs due to probably people retiring, the aged, and some few things. And the question is, who takes over? How do we prepare them? So we discovered that there's no formal system put in place. So we started this program, and by tomorrow we'll be having the third section of meeting all the mentors and mentees to prepare them on what they need to know about mentoring. What are their roles for mentoring? So all these are part of what One Living has been doing. The question may be, are you competing now with institutions like Ascon? The question is no. We don't do that, and that is why we don't train, we don't have direct training of the staff of any of the organizations, but rather the organization like Ascon, like the one in Liberia, CMD, can beckon on us and say, you know what, we have our staff, can you come and develop them for us? We are at an advantage because the network is also having relationship with other international bodies, like IFT, the International Federation of Training and Development, and the African Management Development Institute Network. So anytime we are running programs, we bring people from across so that people can also come and share their experiences with our own people here.
Thank you. Honorable members, we now turn to question and answer session. If you have any comment, any question to ask the DG based on the presentation she makes, you can please go ahead to do so. So we now identify anyone who wants to ask a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, my colleagues. Thank you, DG and the team. Thank you for this wonderful presentation. And I want to seize the opportunity to commend all your efforts. I know it has not been easy to run an institution like this. There is a lot of challenges, loopholes there and there. But by the grace of Almighty, I believe we will make it. DG, we had all your challenges, also your achievements. The challenges we highlighted, all the members are here, and we believe under the able leadership of Mr. Chairman, we will try our best to see how we can come in so that we make sure this college continue to exist in a greater height, God willing. And at the same time, you know, the essence of our visit here is to checkmate your activities, not to interrogate anybody, just to know where we are and where we are headed to. The budget is coming. It's a mandate for us to check what you have done with your last budget, so that for us to know where we are going to continue with this coming budget. That will really help. So please, any question that may come from the members, I believe you are used to this, you will not take it as offensive. Like I said, we are not interrogating anybody. We are all here to make sure this country continue to exist as one, God willing. My question, DG, I just want to know, but the mandate of this college is, the core mandate is training, consultancy, and research.
Yes, sir.
I believe that's the core mandate of this
Training.
Training, consultancy, and research.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you also listed as a revenue generating agency?
It appears so, sir.
That is a
Okay.
that is a consultancy.
Okay, that's the consultancy. Okay, thank you. I check your capital, your submission. maybe the one that's submitted to us, I think the best page. The release of your personnel, 531 million was released to you. Amount expended is also 531. So your balance is 0.40, and I know your appropriation for the personnel of 2023 is 904 million.
Yes, sir.
So I know you have a deficit of 3 months, because this your submission is of September.
Yes, sir.
So you have October, November, and December, which you have a balance of almost 300 million. So I don't know why you wrote 0.40 here, which I did not understand what's the meaning of 0.40.
Okay.
Same apply to your capital, because the overhead is correct, but same apply to your capital. My next question is, I want to know how much percentage are you retiring or are you remitting into the CRF part of your generation? How much percentage are you remitting to CRF? Please, I want to know that one. I think briefly, if you go to page 4 of your submission, there's a summary of personnel, capital, and overhead budget performance from 1st January to 30th September. If you go to column 3, which is personnel, in the first quarter, you have 195 million as your personnel. It increased in second quarter. From January to April, you have 495. Then from April to June, it increased to 203 million. And again, in the second quarter, from June to today, it dropped to 132 million. I don't understand why the personnel is fluctuating like this. It goes up, it goes down, because I believe it is something that maybe is fixed, but I don't know why is it that the first quarter is 195, the second quarter is 203, so the last quarter is 132, almost a short of 73 million. So I think I want to know more about that one. That's page 4. Quickly, if you go to page 5, same apply for the quarterly release. Is almost the same thing. The personnel is not constant, it's fluctuating. I don't know this, if you go to the page 6, you have where you have overhead expenditure returns. You have local travel, transport, and training. I don't know, all these things that you have done, I believe you have the record, the evidence, and all what you have submitted. So please, if there is nothing, we can be able to cite some of the evidences, the receipts, and what have you for this submission. Number 9 is something that we can oversight later. There's no problem. If you go to page 10, capital budget performance for the period of 1st January to 30th September. The number 1 is supply of teaching and learning aids equipment. Performance released to date is 100%. Supply of teaching and learning aids equipment. I believe they are on ground for us to oversight them to make sure they are there. Also, same apply to number 3, renovation of library building also. And you have 4, 5, 6, 7, which doesn't have any release. Are you expecting to release, or where are you today about these all release funds? Part of the question I asked is how many percent you remit, because if you look at this summary revenue and running costs remittable to CRP, including other charges from 1st January to 30th September 2023, in the first quarter, you have previous balance as 8,746,584 naira. Then you have collected or you generated 272,555. If you add the two, you will get 281,302,260. Then you wrote 40% direct remittances to CRM. So according to what you wrote, and based on my understanding, that means you remitted 40% out of the balance and the amount collected, joined together, then their total, which is 281, then you remitted 40% of 281 to CRM. That's what is written here. And what is written is 52,849. If you remittance 40% to CRM, the 40% of 281 million naira should be 112,520, not 52 million naira. So please, I need a clarification about that one. Total spent program execution is 98 million naira. Also, please, because I have checked your submission, I wanted to see that one, how we are spending that 98 million for the execution of the program. That will also help us to know what next, second quarter and the third quarter. The percentage that was supposed to remittance to the federal government is not up to that. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it is typing error or whatever, then I believe you give us more information about that one. And the final one also, I don't know if we can be able to see all the evidence of your remittances, please. It's also part of what we want to see. I think I'll stop here and give room to other members so that they can ask their question. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, the DG. Of course, thank you, my chairman, for the opportunity given to me. My name is Clement Jimbo. I represent Nigeria, beginning from Abaki constituency. DG, I have listened to your submission to us very well. If you look at page number 5, your report, you highlighted your core values. In page number 6, one of the core values is transparency and accountability. And part of the responsibility of lawmakers is oversight. And that is the reason why we are here, to equally help or assist the administration to live up to that very core value of accountability. Then you flip to page number 8, staff strength. It is highlighted here that you have a total staff strength of 318. Out of that is 1 director, 104 faculty staff, and 225 support staff. If you put all those numbers together, you will have 330 and not 318. If there is a typographical error, we would like to know. And secondly, we would like also to know the nominal role of the staff of the institute, which is not attached here. Then, talking about the challenges facing Ascon, you highlighted high cost. That's in page 12. You highlighted number 8. You highlighted high cost of powering the college electricity generators for operational efficiency, therefore resulting in poor electricity supply to the college. And that I'm making a suggestion here. Have you considered the solar option of maybe powering some of the aspects of the appliances and not totally powering the entire facility with diesel due to high cost of diesel? Those are just my few observations and questions. Thank you very much.
The DG, and the Chief Executive, Wam David, for the first time to affect this kind of institution, members present, and other colleagues. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I want to say that you are very lucky to have this committee. I'm a first timer, but I want to assure you that we have invaluable tens of support. I recall before this site function, we had a plenary session on the deteriorating and alarming effect of civil service. And I realized this is one of the reasons. I'm a retired permanent secretary. I recall when I had a training here, when the college had a satellite training centers. I did mine while in Kano, Sokoto, and here again. That was there. And I realized, sorry, I'm going to take my comments from our submissions and the budget presented here. I will start with the submissions and then allow the budget something later. Like I said, I really congratulate the college for surviving till date in relative terms compared to those days. And I think the negativity therein are all centered on the paucity of funds. So I'm also worried for the, like I said, with the situation here. But I also want to assure you, your proposed actions are certainly laudable, achievable, and we shall, through our amiable chair, follow it to the letter. One correction, sir. Maybe the chair has not taken to your attention. We don't clap in the house. I think I'm right. Maybe you use your face if you are biting person. It's a house. Why did you bring this? And you have a chair. Yes. So in our standing rule, when you say a chair, you are referring to that house.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
It's a mini chamber. Replica of the chamber.
Exactly. Yes. The DG, sir, Omar, I happened to attend 2 committee side functions, TED Fund, NSIA, the National Sovereign Institute. And in relative terms, the outcries are different. And I think this is where this committee is going to work hard. We need to have a collaborative effort. The NSIA, for instance, the National Sovereign Institute, here is an institution that has funds, capital, resources. Just like what Gawan said, there was money, but they didn't know what to do with it. This is NSIA that is in charge of the second bridge. This is NSIA that is in charge of Abuja-Kano Expressway. This is NSIA that is in charge of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. All major projects, if you can recall what PTDF had, or was doing then during Buhari. PTF. that is a replica of PT with more funds. Why I'm saying this is that I want this committee collaboratively to do all it can to ensure that such funds are being diverted into this kind of institutions. And we can do it, sir. So this is part of our job. And I'm telling you, like I said, I believe through your chair, we can do that as well. The NSIA is also in charge of most of the solar powered, what do you call it, institutions or management, with a view to ensuring that power is brought in Nigeria to a steady level. Here we are, where we have an institution that has been in existence for decades. It started very well, and I'm sure it requires only a little push to ensure that it has gone back to that level and beyond. We had a plenary session relating to civil service, the deteriorating effect of deteriorating service. The third or the 63rd anniversary was nothing but the alarming rate of civil service. And I wonder how we can achieve this if we are not giving all the support to these institutions. Now, I think we should also extend, like she said, on the issue of state level. Our side function should also do or ensure that we meet most of those that we can, that are, in charge of civil service at the state level, with a view to ensuring that they have been patronizing. I attended, like I said, in those days, civil service. For you to reach certain level, 10, 12, you must attend these institutions. At least 2 from each state. So why don't you use that collaborative something to ensure that, that mandate is at least restored. And that will be a very good revenue base to the institutions. I think, like I said, this is areas that we can partner, collaborate with other institutions to ensure that we are bring back, the good days of the college. I want to rest here, and then maybe later I will come back to the nitty-gritties that is in this submission relating to the budget of the college. Thank you very much.
DG, thank you for the opportunity given to me. It will be so unfair if I sit here today and not, because this is one of the few federal government presence that we have in my constituency, and I can tell you that for every time I go outside the constituency and I engage people and I mention the name Badagry, the first thing they say is Ascon. Now, Ascon has brought a whole lot of people to this constituency, from across every part of the country, and it's a thing of pride for us in Badagry. But coming into the facility here, you realize that Ascon gradually is losing the glory that it's known for. Looking around, you see lots of dilapidated buildings, and in your submission, you mentioned some of the challenges that the institution has been facing over the years, which is the terrible road condition. There is no constituency that can survive when it is cut off from the rest of the states and the rest of the country. For so many years, we didn't have good road coming into Badagry. So it's, that is one of the challenges, even not just Ascon, the entire federal government presence, even the entire constituency. Badagry used to be known for tourism. But when you tell people to come and they go through the stress of driving all the way here, they will never want to come back here. So I'm sure that is one of the challenges they face here as well. But having said that doesn't mean we shouldn't still see what we can do to strengthen this institution and see how we can revive the glory and see how we can do more and bringing people back to Ascon. Well, Madam DG, with respect to the management of the internally generated revenue of this institution, could you please clarify the legal framework governing the receipt and the allocation and the remittance of the IGR, to the Consolidated Revenue Fund, the CRF, and is there a law that restricts or that gives a percentage on how much you can spend from the amount of money you generate? That is one. And secondly, I also want you to elaborate on the measures and the strategies in place, to enhance the efficiency of the revenue collection processes. Just to checkmate particularly in the context of the institution, what do you have in place to checkmate how revenues are spent and how they generate them, and how you make sure that whatever you generate here goes into the appropriate revenue account? And secondly, in terms of transparency and accountability, like I said, what measures are in place to ensure that the IGR collected and accounted for and remitted to the Consolidated Revenue Fund? And lastly, in light of evolving technological landscape, are there plans to leverage on digital tools and platform for IGR collection and management to enhance efficiency and reduce revenue leakages? Because we believe if we can work in as much as we were clamoring for government to appropriate more funds, the institution here, you have the capacity to generate your own funds. We want to believe that if we focus more on that, we can achieve so much. From this generation, this place can generate a whole lot of money if we do the right, we do the needful. So most of my question is going to portray around what we can do to improve on the IGR. So thank you.
Like my colleague has rightly said, it's in other climes, an institution like this, if properly funded and enabled, you will even have people from overseas come to take advantage of this facility. And so, like we have all seen, part of the problem we have here is access. I strongly believe that if access is provided in terms of maybe the road, a lot more will naturally happen. But talking about performance of last year's budget, let me, Mr. Chairman, most respectfully draw your attention to the fact that if we, like I know you would always do and you have always done, if we focus on ensuring that more funds are made available, I think that things will improve here. Number one, an institution like this, look at the entire budget is just by £1 billion naira, from what I can see here. And I think that is grossly inadequate, if you ask me. I believe that if we up the game for them, by the grace of God, and the road gets better than it is now, I think we'll have an institution, because from what I have seen, we have the relevant manpower we need here, even if we have to improve on it much later. But they have the capacity to drive this process if the environment is made more conducive for them. Thank you very much.
As President, by presenting Kozo Kabo Federal Constituency of Council. Mr. Chairman, my question goes to DG. As you earlier stated in your speech, that since 2015 up to date, you never recruited again. And from 2015 to date is about 8 years. And I'm very sure some will go to retire and some die. So how do you normally fill the gap of their engagement? Secondly, you talk about the building the property forfeited by financial crime. So what is the status? Where is stop about the issue? That's what I want. Thank you.
Thinking that there are going to be a lot of questions. I want to go back to just an observation, the West African Management Development Institute. You said you have six member countries network. Sorry, can you name them also?
We have Nigeria.
No, maybe later.
Okay, sir.
And what are the contributions of each member country? Then, back to my observation, the DG and our amiable chairman. I want us to take this non-adherence of training seriously through our collaborative efforts. The state government, federal service, commission, whatever. This is very important. I report the SISR, so that's why I'm emphasizing this. Maybe when we have an executive session here or there, then we can see how we can go about this non-adherence of these civil service traits. And back to the budget. The DG, sir, my brother emphasized on the issue of CRF. My own, maybe if I can elaborate it further, in form of question that what is the mandate? What are the percentage? What is the mandate of the college when it comes to, you know, the CRF release? And what are the process being used, you know, in terms of returns, in terms of getting back the money into, you know, the college? Then
I know time was outnumbered. That was why virtually I don't have any question to ask, because I've been here, and virtually most of the questions you ask, we have been asking them. And sometimes we even need, I can respond to virtually all the questions, but I will allow her to do that. But on the issue of training, I know there was a time we had to, you know, contact the head of service to see how we can liaise with civil states, because we discussed it thoroughly here during similar meetings, and we felt the need. There are some states, but since the advancement of COVID into the country, I think that was where we lost grip of those trainings. State governments are no longer sending people here. They complain of funds. Even after the COVID, they now start to complain of serious money, cash trap that the state are in. That was why they could not, because I know I consulted at least 2 states, including Kano, on the issue of, I spoke with the head of service then, even with the permanent secretary, but they wrote several circulars to the state government for approval. But the issue is the same, that they don't have money to sponsor such trainings. And I'm sure if you go around, it's going to be the same thing, because most of the state at that time could not even pay salary. So also on the issue of revenue and increasing maybe the capital, or I can say the capital and overhead of this institution. Believe you me, anytime we talk that at any level of the governance in Abuja, they will tell you they want this college to be financially independent. They are trying to withdraw financing things in this college. DG, am I right? Yeah. They always assert to that they should be self-sufficient, self-financing, in the sense that they can have an effective means of, financing the college. So, DG budget, Office of the Head of Service of the Federation, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, all these places, they usually think that Ascon should be independent. So it's not even a question that you can even propose to them, because virtually even last year when we came here, we followed the census to advise the college that they should see how to get more finances outside the corpus of the budgetary allocation, so that they can be able to be self-financing. You see this building, the other time we were here in the 8th Assembly, there is nothing like this. There was nothing like this absolutely, because we were even at we were lodged at the other side, the old side of the campus, that is the other gate. But this is a 10 billion naira CBN intervention. I think it was commissioned some 2 years ago. And you can see several structures, the auditorium there, and this main building, and other facilities, roads, street lights, generators. I think they give them generators that in a year sometimes they don't even warm them because of the high consumption of fuel. They always rely on the existing generators that are 800 kVA, but I think the one that the CBN put to them is around 2,000, that is 2 gigabyte. 2 kVA, I mean 2,000 kVA, that is 2 gigabyte. 2 megabytes, sorry. So that is too much for the college to handle. So usually they just abandon this. So we can go to the side, you will see them. You will go there, you will see them, because of the high consumption of fuel they have. So, and also on training, you see, as the Public Service Institute come in, we will go there, you will see, hear from them also, is part of this committee. Public Service Institute seems to substitute this college in terms of training. Public Service Institute is under the Office of the Head of Service of the Federation. That one is directly under her office. Ascon has a governing board. They have chairman of the governing board, they have members of the board. So they are not per se directly under the head of service. So you see the interests will be there that the head of service in the Public Service Institute is directly under her office. She may prefer to send training directly to the Public Service Institute in Buhari. So that was why this place is undermined when it comes to training. I'm not saying directly, but you may think, so DG, you have a lot of things to do. They are very much near to the government. And sometimes most of those agencies that don't want to spend money to sponsor their staff to Abuja, they feel we can do it within Abuja. They always even them, they are having problem because the DGs there will tell you that their major problem is that the civil servant don't want to go to public service institute because it's in Abuja, they cannot gain the so-called night and what have you. His complaint is always that they prefer to go outside of Abuja to enable them benefit from those allowances, TTAs. So, but you will find him, and then most of them may prefer to come here, but the government may prefer to go there, just because they don't also want to spend some money to finance them. So you can see the clash in between. So I think the creation of Public Service Institute has a lot of do in undermining Ascon. We have to be frank to tell ourselves. They have different establishment acts, but you will discover that they seem to benefit more because they are very close to the seat of government. So that is it. And on the issue of this, I think we need to see how we can approach this, because the government don't want to continue funding Ascon, talk less of even seeing how to improve on their appropriation level. But we can sit down to iron things. I have a lot of suggestions that we can bring, that we can do internally within the house, not even outside, to see how we can help the Ascon, because we know that this place exists, and this place is for the good of the civil servant, it's for the good of the public service, especially when it comes to training. They have all it takes for the training. But with the creation of Abuja, the capital seat of the government, and the creation of that Public Service Institute, it seems that this place is jeopardized. And on the issue of recruitment, I don't know, DG, do you recruit here? Because maybe you are junior staff, but I think the whole issue of senior staff is being centralized from the Federal Civil Service Commission, or Office of the Head of Service of the Federation. So, but you can detail us on what level of recruitment you do here, and if there is any need for us to push in to see how some staff will be transferred here, from other places to here, because I'm sure they may not give you the chance to do that. We can see how we can forge ahead to see how we can help you use that, achieve that, based on the issue of shortage of staff you are complaining. So, your budget presentation internally generated revenue, all the questions that were asked, I'll give you now a chance to please answer them one by one, but take cognizance of the time because we are already ahead of our scheduled time here. So,
Chair, Honorable Chair and Honorable members, I will start from the beginning. The Deputy Chair asked the question that why do we have 0.4 in our personnel and capital, 0.0. I think the subheading should have been releases. What we have is what was released. What was appropriated is different from what is actually released. For example, overhead is supposed to be paid every month. But for this year, our overhead stopped in May. So the balance has not been paid. We cannot say we have it. Until when it gets to our account, it is appropriated, yes, but it has not been paid to us. So it's the same thing with the personnel cost. Personnel payment doesn't even come to the college. It is paid centrally. So what is done is that every month, the budget office, the accountant general office have used the nominal role to develop a salary scheme for staff. So all we do is that they post money to individuals' account. Personnel cost does not come to us at all. So what happens is that you had the question about why does it change? What are their changes from quarter to quarter? First quarter is standard. Second quarter was increased because we had promotions. And so if you have a promotion, we had the promotion later, not in January, but sometime in May, I think. Arrears are paid. and the salaries are paid. So that increases the what do you call it? That increases the salary for that month. And then the following, for that quarter, and then the following quarter, all areas of promotions have been paid off. So it's just the basic salary now that is left. That is where the fluctuation comes in.
Okay, so there's difference between the standard of the salary, the first quarter and the last quarter is not also the same?
No, the salary of the first quarter, let's look at it.
And the third quarter?
They are not the same. Let's pay for 6.
If you look at it's page 4.
Okay. Page 4, sorry. Yeah.
The first quarter is 195.
Yes. Second quarter is 200 and something, because that is the quarter that promotion were undertaken. Promotion arrears from January to the month of promotion was paid to people. So that is the reason. So once that is done, then you have people retiring in the year. That accumulates. People retiring, or some have died, and then that also affects the salary that is paid each quarter. Okay. But what I just want to say is that salary, we have nothing to do with salary anymore because of Treasury single account. We don't even prepare salaries. All we do at the end of the year is to send the nominal roll to IPPIS. They prepare everything. And because they have the details of everybody, if your date of retirement comes, your name is dropped and your salary is no longer part of what is calculated. Therefore, that kind of thing.
The question may not be directly to you, but if you have clarifications from you, we can take it up with that.
No, that is the reason. That is the reason.
No,
Yeah. Okay. So the same thing applies to capital. The capital appropriated was 180. What has been paid is what we are looking at. We have 100% because all our projects for the year have been concluded. But this year, the government has decided that they are going to pay contractors in phases. So far, only 2 payments have been made on the contracts for 2023 in the college. Other contractors have finished their work. We have uploaded, because now payment is not made on appropriation. Payment is made on contract award. So we have uploaded all documents of contractors because it's online now. We have uploaded them. We are awaiting the releases of those funds by the government. So we are expecting that they should be released, because we still have 3 months, at least 2 months or 3 months before the year ends. So that is why you find that you see 000 in other contracts, apart from the 2 that have been paid. Yeah. And then the issue of IGR, I just want to give us some background. Ascon was not established or was not mandated to be a profit-making venture. It never was. The idea of Ascon generating and remitting revenue to the Consolidated Revenue Fund came up in 2016. Suddenly in 2016, the revenue mobilization, fiscal and revenue mobilization team came here and said that the Ministry of Finance has put Ascon as a revenue generating entity that should be remitting revenue to the Consolidated Revenue Fund. So we took off from there. So it has not been a constant thing. Now, what we were doing, because when I took up as DG, we were in arrears of annual accounts from 2012. And normally, with the fiscal Fiscal Mobilization Commission, they use your annual account to determine whether you are paying money to the government or not. But since we didn't have any accounts, we were advised by the directors that came here from that commission that we could pay 25% on account. If we pay 25% on account and update our annual statement of account, there will be a reconciliation meeting where if we have overpaid as per the law, then it will be to our credit as an institution. If we have underpaid, then the commission will state by how much we are supposed to pay back. So we started doing that. Then just last year, out of the blues, because of course we collect our money too from our money goes to the treasury single account. They formulated the remitter platform of that account to take out 40% of all money that comes in. So it's not even that we pay it, it is directly deducted by government from source. But we have Give Me's account, which we don't, what do you call it? They don't take that 40%. So from the Give Me accounts, we still pay 25%. So that is why the percentage may not be 40%, because on some account we pay 25. On the account where direct deduction is made is 40.
No, I don't understand.
What
Let me ask this question.
Okay.
Is 281 million? If you go to page 15, page 15,
yeah.
281 million is a amount collected and the previous balance.
Yeah.
That's what make up this amount. In which account that this money is not inside? Is it in your own account or in TSA?
It's in TSA.
Yes. Okay, it's in TSA.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now TSA deducts 40%.
Yeah.
Of that money.
Of the total.
Yes.
Of the total money.
Yes.
So if TSA deduct 40% of the total money, then why do you wrote 52 million here?
I was trying to explain something. We have two accounts on TSA. One is in remitter, the other one is Give Me. The remitter account, deduction of 40% is made. The Give Me account, we remit 25%. I hope I'm making sense.
So that is not automated.
So it's not, yeah, no, that of Give Me is not automated. That of remitter is automated. Now, if you look at the following quarter, you find that we remitted 90-something million.
Yeah.
So what happens is that the amount you are saying you are looking at as brought forward to the next quarter, payment has already been made on whatever, from wherever it was generated. So if you are doing, even if you are doing the indirect remittances, you are not going to count that as part of, you are just going to look at what was collected that quarter, not what was brought forward. Because what was brought forward, it has already been charged before you bring the balance forward. So that is basically it. And then the other part of it is that because we are now doing, we are the people remitting from Give Me, is not automated. Sometimes the remittance lags behind payment. Because when payment is made on Give Me, then the account department has to notify the DG and request that this amount be remitted. So that is the process. And so you find that the payment may be made this week, and then the remittance to CRF may take a week or two. And so that is why you find that the second quarter, the remittances are higher than those of the first quarter because of that kind of lag, as a result of one account being automated and another account being unautomated.
project has been completed. This one, even the temperature can change the whole system, the temperature itself. You know, talk less of exactly. So I think you give us a write-up. The chairman and other committee, I think, will look at those things, and then it will help us to make submissions.
Water and store.
This is the filter, the 2 filter.
The raw water. Why the raw water?
The raw water tank is outside.
Outside. Okay.
Yes.
How many liters?
We have pressure tank of about 200 liters, while it moves away from there to aeration tanks. The aeration tank is a bit higher than that of the pressure tank, so it contains, and it's 2, so they work alternatively.
What do you?
Did you say 200 liters?
No, 200,000. That's what I'm saying.
200,000. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you use alum or?
Yes, we
chlorine?
use alum, chlorine, and soda. Those are the 3 principal elements. Then inside the filter itself, we have the elements like the charcoal, the sand, and then the
But
yes.
unfortunately, still we receive brown water instead. So after the treatment here, maybe along the pipeline, the water changes.
That's
color.
why I said even the network, it is the network that distributes it. So along the way, we have a lot of problems there. The rusted ones, the pipes, and some other sediments.
So what would you suggest to be the solution?
So I'm suggesting that taking care of the pipe, the networks, will solve part of the problem. Then the regular maintenance of the filter itself.
What kind of material would you suggest for the reticulation?
The networks. I'm suggesting PVC this time around. PVC should be the ideal one now to replace the olden days aluminum.
So now if you filter this water, then you take it to the main storage tanks.
Yes, we have our storage tank. We have one at the lower end, then the one at the upper end that supplies.
So how long will it last in the storage tanks? Even in case there is no light.
If there is no light and we have full house, at least it can last for 4 hours.
Only for us.
Full house, yes. So if there is no full house, it can last for more than 8 hours.
What's the difference between full house and
Full house is a capacity when we have a range of about, let's say, facility users are engaged. Yes.
So please put all this in right.
So this is the 4th time we are here. Nothing changed.
effective and efficient.
Yes.
Once
You have
that
all it
advocacy
takes.
is,
Except
let me tell
maybe
you one
if
thing,
you
like
don't
I
want
said,
people to know here.
Why
so
would
that-
I know? Why would I know want people to know
like
here?
I said, like I
But that's
said,
supposed to be happening. They will come and
I've
pay now.
forgotten about what do you call it? Not that it has just escaped my Ascon. The Ascon of those days. Why? Because that communication source is not there.
Very nice.
So you have to
Very
have
nice.
efficient
I prefer here than
and
the
effective communication.
Yeah. You are right. You are right.
I want you to do that. If you don't have a unit,
Consultant.
please.
Pardon? Consultant. The consultant will not be, the consultant,
The consultant
is per pay.
will be spending
It's
money.
not
Have a unit.
Yes, it's per pay.
Let
I'm
that,
still
let
going
that.
back to where I
let that
question I asked
unit-
you. This place is better than that hotel.
Yes, I'm telling you.
That one is new. That one is new. It's a new facility.
But even that place is a new facility. I
Which
think
one?
2 years. They opened that one just 2 years
2 years
ago.
now.
This one?
This our new. Why has they hosted us now?
This guy,
I think
sorry,
that year.
the
I think
honorable,
this place passed down.
Oga, the honorable
This
is
one, pass
under,
down.
sir, the honorable is underrating certain age bracket.
Age bracket.
Look at him say, well, that one is a New York. You see, Clarity New York is like you are deputy.
so far so good with what we saw. We are very happy with what we saw. Committee members were here. They went through. Most of them are new in the committee, and believe you me, we are baffled with what we saw because there were so many developmental projects that took place within the period under review. That is, for the last 12 months when we are here, we saw several changes. So I just want to say that so far so good. I'm very happy because part of the problem we had and we experienced while coming here is the issue of road. Most of the members, if you tell them to come to Badagry, their problem is to tell you about the road. Something that will spend less than an hour will take you over 4 hours. But we are happy yesterday from Lagos airport to here, we spent just an hour, just 1 hour, 10, 15 minutes. That is very good story because if you compare with what had happened 4 years back, 3 years back, even last year, it was a sad story. But I'm happy, and I'm happy for the people of Badagry for this international line to be what it is today. It used to be very bad, so you can sometimes when a small car enter into a gallop, it may end up without seeing it. But at least now we are very happy. In just an hour, we are in Tofo Badagry to Ascon site. Yes, people should utilize this opportunity. All along in the first years, at least, you hear from people everywhere because Ascon is an institute that all Nigerian states need to be here for training of their public servants. But they will tell you that because of the bad roads, they cannot be able to come. But I want to assure them that at least 95 to 98% of the road, at least one lane, is now okay, and people can start coming to Ascon to tap from the resources we have here.
Yesterday, driving all the way from the airport with my colleagues, it's considering what we'll be facing on this road. This road has been terrible for more than 10 years, and like we say always, there is no economy that can survive when they are cut off the rest of the country. But Agri has suffered a whole lot for so many years. But coming here yesterday, we drove an hour from the airport, and it's a thing that gives us so much joy, especially the people of Badagry. Ascon is one of the federal government presence that we have in Badagry. It's one of our pride here. And I haven't gone around with the DG. I can only commend her. The maintenance and our good work here, is still keeping the place together. But there is more that needs to be done. And we, as a member of the committee, we've assured her that everything we can do with the power vested on us as a member of the committee to facilitate more projects here and to see how we can improve on the infrastructure and the quality of programs they have here. We will surely do our best.
Ascon is excellent. This is my first time actually coming here, and I heard about Ascon long ago. Their values and whatever they are doing. So this is my first time of coming, and I was happy with what I saw on ground. And I toured there. We had a very good conversation with the management, and I'm using this opportunity to commend the effort of the DG for making the place together. The place looked nice, and the maintenance culture is very okay. I'm happy with what I saw on ground. As a committee, we'll do our best to make sure that we help her in making this place comfortable for all the public service. And like what my chairman said, we'll appeal to all the states to patronize this place, because this place is here for every Nigerian to use and utilize it. So my experience here is very okay. At least it will be in my memory forever.
Well, my experience is always one way. That, as one of the pioneers, as one of the members of this institute, I was very happy that I met a maintenance culture. Despite the paucity of funds, the school or the college is able to maintain itself. And actually I'm very much impressive about the intervention nature of the CBN, the auditorium, the power, and including the water. The only thing is the maintenance aspect, which means the committee has to do a lot to ensure that the college has gotten enough money in terms of appropriation with a view to continue its maintenance culture. Without that, I think the school may have, very good, this is a very good question. One, I had discussions with my colleague that we need to come up with a motion so that it will be structural in nature. And when that is done, it don't have to be, argued. It will go direct to the appropriate standing committee. We need to continue, intervening, collaborating with the other institutions with a view to ensuring that, funds, the college has been assisted in terms of funds.
My speech and the aim of it was to explain to our oversight committee members, honorable members, what we have been doing, why we were set up, what we have been doing, how we've been doing it to the best of our ability, and then some of the challenges that we are facing and how we have tried to surmount some of those challenges. That's basically the structure of the speech. The road, for me that have experiences from the bad, the ugly, I would say that the road is excellent, to be honest, now. Because from reducing the trip of 4 to 5 hours to 2 hours is a good thing. And I want Nigerians all to be aware that the road to Badagry is no longer what it was 2 years ago. The main challenge is that of power, really, because we all know that we use diesel for most of our electric generation, and the cost of diesel is such that we cannot handle it. 4 years back, we were buying a truck of diesel for like 8 million naira to last a month. Now that same truck will cost 34 million naira. There's no way we can manage that one. So that's the main thing. That if we had power, maybe if we had solar power, our diesel consumption will be reduced, and we will, even our clients will be very happy to come here. Because anybody that comes here is happy to be within this environment, except for that issue of not being able to provide our power 24 hours a day. They have talked about the power situation, really, and maybe find the ways they may be able to get us into the solar power program. They have also talked about our subventions and the fact that this massive area needs a lot of money to maintain, and that what we have now cannot maintain it, and if they are able to, they will do something about it.
Maybe us tomorrow afternoon that the good Lord will grant them journey mercies from Lagos to Abuja. Of course, the budgeting season is upon us once again, so we will be seen as in Abuja in a very short while. And I believe that we will not be going there as orphans. Because sometimes if you don't have the appropriate support, you go there like an orphan, but you'll be going there like sons of the soil. So Honorable Chairman, sir, and honorable members, want to appreciate you all, and thank you very much for bearing with our shortcomings. God bless us all.
This is Ascon. Ascon, administrative staff college of Nigeria, tó tó gbọ́dọ̀ ní ibi. Ascon is supposed to be. If you travel to London, it was London. Still, Ascon is supposed to be. Ọ̀rẹ́ sẹ́sì, olúwa ṣeun. Sẹ́sì wíwẹ̀, sípà, ayọ̀mọ̀, ẹ̀rọ gbàgbọ́ sọ́pẹ́, ìṣàwọ̀ tí ó lọ́wọ́. Ìgbẹ́ ìṣẹ́ pátápá 65 years. We are out of people in the world. Kábíyèsí sọ̀rọ̀ òbí tó tó kẹ̀wọ̀n ẹ má gbàgbé mi lọ́jọ́ sọ́pẹ́ ṣe pálẹ́pálẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ nígbà wo ọmọ ọba ní àgbélé tó ẹ ṣàánú mi ẹnu mi lọ́wọ́.
On the music and dance as much as they can. Thank you so very much for being here. God bless you. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Ascon is a place to be. Ascon is a place to be. I have traveled to London, even to America. Still, Ascon is a place to be. I have seen you. Ascon is a place to be. See, here, Ascon is a place to be. I have traveled to London, even to America. Still, Ascon is a place to be. Thank you. God bless you. Chairman, Authority of Public Service, I said, Ascon is a place to be. Honorable Education, Ascon is a place to be.
The couple and the owner of Badagi, that is our own House of Representatives, representative here. You have made your fathers proud by leaving your colleagues, going to the town and bringing not just one royal father, not two, but three, and some prominent people here. And not only that the royal fathers have seen Ascon as part of them. Now when Ascon is progressing, they are also progressing. And I'm very much surprised to even hear from one of the royal fathers mention PSI. Even they also know that Ascon is affected by how the kind of pathway we have here. So for them to have come together and put hands together and talk about three prominent things, the issue of Badagi Beach, the issue of PSI, as well as the roads. I thought it's time to say that completion of the road that we want them to go. I also thank you very much for putting us in mind and seeing as well as part of you. By God's grace, all the plans that have been made will come to stay in the name of Almighty God. I want to thank you all for all you have done. I wish you good luck and safe journey back home. Thank you very much. Civil service, public service matters, the deputy chairman, sir, the wife of the Honorable, the Director General, all members of the House of Representatives here, House of Representatives Committee on Public Service Matters here, the Royal Fathers, distinguished colleagues, and ladies and gentlemen. I have the pleasure to thank you very much for your support, for coming here to see Badagi as part of you, because we are one Nigeria, and this has actually shown that we are one Nigeria. You did not look at yourself as something else, but at least to see that Badagi belongs to you. And for all the support you have been giving us this morning, till now, and even before now, I want to thank you very much for that.
I know it's courageous, it's somebody who is up and doing. So have no fear. Sit down with him. Anything that will uplift Ascon and the entire body. Thank you very much.
we can make it better than that. We'll give a good qualified because we are part of the chairman's mouth and because the man that will make 80 promises. I have known him for quite a while, so if you are saying it, I think we can go home and sleep. So on that note, thank you so very much, Chairman, and on behalf of your committee, we appreciate your coming, and in order not to keep you here endlessly, we quite appreciate your tight schedule, and tomorrow we have a lot of activities lined up. So I would like at this juncture to invite one of our directors.
Our prayer is for you is to ask for God, your God, you are seeking to give you more wisdom, so that in that place you will not regret where you are. So that you out of no chance you get some chance to come and visit Badagry. If you can be, if you continue hearing that Badagry is a country of civilization in Nigeria, if you are not at this history without Badagry, the history of where the white man followed to this place before to Nigeria. So, Badagry is a country of civilization in Nigeria. So, I know some of us there, some of them have not been Badagry before. On time of this occasion, I think you can come to Badagry, know Badagry, and I believe you must be going out here and there to know what is happening in Badagry. So I don't have much to say. So people prayer. Some of the I'm from my brother and DD here.
I want your attention. So the main reason why I carefully selected them is I know eventually, it's they might have one or two things to send me to you as the chairman that oversights this particular institution here. And they might have one or two things to send through me. And I believe it's a rare privilege for them, to sit right in front of whoever they are sending me to. They might have one or two things. I'm not spoken with them at all. I just feel, since I can make that happen for them, let me bring them right in front of you. Whatever they will say to me eventually, I'm still going to come to you, to your office, to use a good office. Whatever they say to me, I'm still going to come to every chairman to see how I can mobilize both of you, to see how we can attend to their yearnings and their needs. So I feel it's a rare privilege, and for them to sit right in front of you. And if at all they have anything to say to the chairman of this committee, maybe our cabinet is more. The chairman said there is the one who oversight the main reason why I chair, sir. You know very well that the people from our constituencies, they voted us to advocate for them, to speak on their behalf. They voted for us, to, aside from the oversight function that brought us here today, we have the responsibility, of speaking for our people. And I felt in as much as they've given me that mandate to speak on their behalf. Out of all the royal fathers we have in Badagry, what I did tonight is I carefully selected the ones that I will call the hosts of this particular college here. Why we have a whole lot of my people here tonight. I will permit me to recognize the presence of my royal fathers in the house. My chairman, deputy chairman, and the DG Ascon.
DJ Jerry, I want to call them to be, and then accepting that Badagry is a home of hospitality.
This is my first time of coming to Badagry, and I have nothing to say to the entire people of Badagry, starting from our boss and the DG of Ascon, unless to say we are grateful.
It's a memory that will last forever. We came here to do the oversight. We did this, we are in the course of doing it very successful. And at the same time today, we went out, we toured the town, we have shown a lot of history concerning Badagry and Nigeria at large. No wonder there is no way you mention Nigeria without mentioning Badagry. Therefore, I surrender my arms that Badagry is first, Nigeria is second. But Zamfara is third. Thank you everybody. Thank you for the warm welcome. Thank you for the reception. Thank you for everything. We really appreciate and we will never forget this. And I will promise you, as this community is concerned, we will try our very much to make sure that we do everything within our power to improve the standards of this college. But we will do everything possible to make sure this college is back to operate fully, so that every state can be able to come here and witness what we are witnessing. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. Thank you for everything. And I really enjoy the food experience with campus. Thank you so much. Capital of Zamfara State, that's Kuso. By His Almighty Allah, I am the Deputy Chairman of this important committee for the campus matters.
Today with the first one that we go see, we can rejoice with us. We have a very word of our own in our midst. So, Honorable, you're welcome, please. We recognize you in our midst. So, this is an occasion that the Rector General and management team thought it wise to gather the House members that came for the oversight function to Ascon, and they have been with us throughout the day, working very hard to make sure that Ascon is sustained. And then we thought that a night like this, we should gather like this to celebrate ourselves, because we. shines through. Please, can we give them